Hi all, welcome in to another recipe from my recipe collection on the Recipe Project. Today we are going way back. I got this recipe from actually Weight Watchers back in 2012. So it is Mediterranean Strata with goat cheese. So it's almost like a savory bread pudding. So it's served, it could be served more with brunch. I'm going to use it for dinner tonight. And it has the flavors of onions and sun-dried tomatoes with roasted red pepper. It's going to be delicious. So I have my oven. I'm going to preheat my oven here and to 350. And I have a 1.5 quart baking dish sprayed with cooking spray, and we're gonna get started and get cooking. Okay, in the skillet we put our one whole onion. It was a purple onion. You could call it purple or red onion. Salt, pepper, and our cremini mushrooms, also known as baby bella. I've let them go until looks like the mushrooms have released everything and they are turning brown. So I believe this is done. So we are going to pull this off the heat and we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. All right, so this recipe is going to completely come together in a pan on the stove. Everything is going to get tossed in here. Then we're going to put it in the bowl and we're going to bake it off. So first things first, let's get my burner on over medium heat. I'm going to put in my tablespoon of butter. Get this all working here. I love Mediterranean food, so I'm kind of excited to see how this turns out. It'll be a great dinner. It'll have everything in it, vegetables. The only thing it will be lacking is a meat, but with the egg, that will cover your protein. Okay, so I'm going to add a whole onion. So this is a large red onion. Some people call them purple onion. I diced that up. It says chopped, but I wanted it a little bit finer. And this was a very potent onion. It made me cry a lot. So get this in here. Get that butter all nice and melted. And to that, I'm going to add an 8-ounce container of cremini mushrooms, which are in most stores known as baby bellas. It says thinly sliced, but I got them as thinly sliced as I could without slicing my fingers off. So I got them as thinly sliced as I could. We are going to cook all of this down. And I'm going to add to this salt and pepper. So 1/8 of a teaspoon of black pepper and 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to cook all of this down on medium heat for about 15 to 20 minutes. Get all that salt out of there. Until all the moisture has released from the mushrooms. Okay, with that off the heat, I need to add 1/2 cup of roasted red peppers. So the roasted red peppers, they were packed in water. I drained them, rinsed them, and chopped them roughly, and I am adding them to the skillet. These are my roasted red peppers. Same thing with sun-dried tomatoes. 1/2 cup of sun-dried tomatoes. These were packed in oil. Drained them, rinsed them, roughly chopped. Sun-dried tomatoes. Stir that in. And now I'm going to add my half a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. This all nice and stirred. This is also a low-cal recipe because this does come from Weight Watchers. This just says it's supposed to serve 6 servings. So this bowl will be cut up into 6. Okay, so now I need to toss in my bread. Now it tells us to use a reduced calorie bread, taking off the crusts, 8 slices. So 8 slices of bread, take off the crusts, and then it wants you to cube them. So I did that. I took off, there's a couple crusts still stuck in there. I used Aunt Millie's light bread. You just use whatever you can find in your store that's a reduced calorie whole wheat bread. And I guess we're supposed to lightly toss this in here all together. Okay, so now I need to put this in my 1.5 quart. Here's my pan. And now I'm gonna pour this in here without making a mess. Yeah, Okay, this is in my bowl here. Now I'm supposed to put in 3 cups of egg beaters, or egg substitute is what they call it. So whatever your grocery store has, you can use the off-brand. I don't see why it would make a difference. But we are going to pour 3 cups into the pan here. All right, so now I'm gonna toss this in our preheated 350 degree oven. It is gonna go in for 1 hour or until set. I searched online and it says about when a thermometer inserted in the middle comes out to 160 would be safe, or probably even inserting a knife in the middle when it comes out clean. So I am going to pop this in our oven, and I'm going to put it on 50 minutes and check it, and we will come back and see what we have. Okay, it's been 50 minutes, so let's see where we're at, if it's set up. Oops. Oh my goodness. That looks delicious. It's a little jiggly still in the middle, so I'm thinking about 10 more minutes. But let's check. The internal temperature should be about 160. Oh, it's 160. I'm going to give it 10 minutes, and we're going to come back and taste it and see how we like it. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. So I made an oopsie doopsie. When I put this in the oven, I realized, oh, where's the goat cheese in my Mediterranean Strata with goat cheese? I had my goat cheese and I forgot to put it in. So goat cheese was supposed to be crumbled on top, so 2 ounces. So you were supposed to put the bread mixture in, put the goat cheese in that, and then drizzle on your egg substitute. I put it on after I had it in the oven. I had it in the oven, I had to pull it out real quick, and I didn't show that I did that. So it is beautiful. It has kind of sunken in a little bit where the cheese pockets are. So we will see what we have, and I hope it's going to be good. Remember, this is supposed to serve 6. So let me cut it to 3 across, and this way. I'm going to try to get it out here. So even if you look at the recipes, I still make mistakes. Nobody's perfect, but I did get it in here, and we're going to see what we have. Let's try to get some of this out. Oh, it looks good. Like I said, I did try to go really small with my mushrooms. I probably should have broke them up a little bit more just looking at it right now. But I tried to get them as small, as thinly sliced as I could without chopping my fingers off. So I got some here. It looks good. Has that cheese on top. So let's see what we got. I'm going to get a taste of everything. A little bit of that goat cheese because that's good. Delicious and creamy. So let's try it. It's good, but it reminds me of stuffing. Which isn't too weird because stuffing is made out of bread, just like this is. It's really good. So, oopsies on I'm putting the cheese on last instead of second to last. And definitely I went a little less time with it. I don't see why you would have to go ahead and cut the crusts off the bread. Maybe that's because it's a recipe right out of Weight Watchers kitchens, where they design recipes and they're trying to cut as many calories as possible. It was a lot to cut off the crusts and then cut. It was very time consuming for me. So I mean, I don't see why you couldn't just take them and cut them and leave the crusts on. I don't see where it would expand it too much where it wouldn't fit in the dish right here or take up too much egg. So you would end up with the same product. So this is a very simple, because it was all put together in one pan. There was just a lot of prep with draining your peppers and your tomatoes and then cutting them up. But it did go together real fast after you have your mise en place. I would definitely make this again. It is delicious. I might change goat cheese for feta because feta is a big Greek flavor. I'm not necessarily thinking it needs to be Greek, but it's a huge flavor. So I might change it out for feta cheese crumbles. Although I love goat cheese. Goat cheese is delicious. So this is again from the Weight Watchers kitchen, and it's a recipe I printed a long time ago. It is Mediterranean Strata with goat cheese, and as always, I have the recipe in the description. So if you would like to try it yourself or just make it your own. Thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you next time on the Recipe Project. Have a great day, y'all.